Yasha Allah, you don't want no problems. My brothers, they stand around me on point like equal dollar. Don't make the wrong move or face the repercussions. Just keep bluffing to give me a reason for me to flush it. My people lusting after the serpent and he beguiled you. Wicked niggas just keep on sinning like we allowed to. 400 plus years of being in chains. They took the yoke up off our neck and put it straight on our brains. So what's changed? There's no new thing under the sun. They still slaughter us, die by the knee and scared of the gun. It's open season, murderers kill us for no reason. It's my people I love, I ain't fucking with no heathen. I don't wanna meddle, my niggas, we still oppressed. We just went from a pot to a kettle. One West rebel, pressure bust pipes or a blood vessel. You know the white man is the devil. This truth will never stop teaching. UPK soldiers in every region. Right now is the time and the season. No heathens, no heathens. Just before the sun of no treason. One West until a nigga stop breathing. Kwam Yasha Allah, we screaming. No heathens, no heathens. Death before the sauna, we living through trauma. Under commanding General Yohana, this army is stronger. We on the front line, ready to die for this truth. While the white man kissing our boots. And I don't never see none of you cowards when the work is getting started. Cause year of your father, the serpent in the garden. They plotting and scheming, we going through curses, fighting demons. Give a fuck about a flat earth, but my people out here fiending. Pain and anguish, because the gates thereof language. Scattered abroad, we was given another language. Plus we living at the bottom, supposed to be on top. When to stop, get killed by the hands of these wicked cops. Lacing our boots, ready for war. This is One West, and we are not affiliated. Nigga, fuck the rest. Me and my brothers just want a ball. Shout out to ICR, and we some warlords. Learned that from Yasha. This truth will never stop teaching. UPK soldiers in every region. Right now is the time and the season. No heathens, no heathens. Death before the sun of no treason. One West until a nigga stop breathing. Kwam Yasha Allah, we screaming. No heathens, no heathens.
Man, let me tell y'all something. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we the true Jews of the Bible. We gotta come together and stop fighting against each other, man. Instead of loving these heathens, we need to love each other. That's the only way we gonna win this war against our enemies.
This truth will never stop teaching. UPK soldiers in every region. Right now is the time and the season. No heathens, no heathens. Just before the sun of no treason. One West until a nigga stop breathing.
Alright, man, it's Tuesday. Let's clap it up. You know what I'm saying? First off, man, I'ma go ahead and I'ma just give him a shout out, cause that's my brother, man. That's my man. 100 grand, Officer 500, man. Officer Habana, man, dropping that fire. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just fire. You know what I'm saying? Repping goddamn Lost Tribe South, man. You know what I'm saying? That joint right there, man. Holla at him, man. Inboxing. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up on Facebook. See how you can get a hold of his music, man. The brother definitely got some heat, man. That's my brother. But without further ado, man, it's Tuesday. It's Brotherhood Day. You know what I'm saying? We teach, you know what I'm saying, that most pivotal and that most utmost of goddamn details of how to run a nation and how to keep a nation together and how to fix a nation and build a nation back to where we should be, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, going back off of last week's topic, you know, just regarding your name and your name, you know, not just being what people call you, but being how people view you. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing, you know, to have just, you know, a name for people to call you, but for your name to ring bells, like that's such a black and Hispanic thing, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to call you something, you know, like the Most High said, you know, I am that I am. And then he got the display, and he never said his name, but what he stated was his reputation. He stated, man, I am the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. That's who you tell the children of Israel that sent you. You know what I'm saying? And black folks, we understand that in the neighborhood. You know, when somebody say Pookie down the block, it's either Pookie might be the brother that come through and just get to spraying up houses, because that's just who Pookie is. You hear Pookie, it's like, oh man, we might as well take this in. Or like when everybody didn't watch Friday. Right. So when you hear that bike creaking up the Debo,
you tuck your dog in.
Gotta tuck it in. You gotta just, man, that brother don't never spare nobody. He just coming to take. Cause his name, it has a bit of a reputation, man. And your name, just like in this school, you know, people have names, and your name is damn near what really is your reputation. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, like I said last week, you know, you want to see a boot kiss tactician, you know what I'm saying? In his time, you know, you got General Mayat. You want to see the boot kiss tactician of our time, you know what I'm saying? You got Captain Yatazak. Yeah, Captain Yatazak coming to your town. You know he about to try to get a boot kiss from out of nowhere. He gonna prophesy to the wind to somebody come kiss them boots from Texas. That's just what he gonna do. You know what I mean? You got, you know, everybody. Your name, it carries something with you, man. So last week, you know, we went over, you know, the different ways in which your name can be regarded, and in the different you know, factions that your name is adhered to or not adhered to. There was even a point in the scriptures where, you know, a demon, like even demons understand the point of reputation or the point of a name. The demon told those fake Israelites, and we just gonna, you know, give them a surname. Those fake Israelites, that we don't know you, but we know Christ and we know Paul. Who are you? And they ended up getting destroyed by the demon. You know what I'm saying? Whipped them out of their clothes and had them running down the street. But your demons, even in your life, they regard you in that same way. So if you're not strong, if you're not well affirmed in this truth, demons are going to get a hold of you, and they're going to understand that you are weak and that they can take a hold of you and pretty much, you know, have their way with you and destroy you. You got anything on that, Doc? You got anything you want to say on that?
No, you just keep going.
All right. No sweat. We gonna, without further ado, man, we gonna pull my first scripture, man, for the day. We gonna start it off and give me the book of Tobit. Matter of fact, now I'm gonna just give a little backdrop from where I was last week. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 41 and verse 12, man. Well, verse 11. I'm gonna start off at verse 11, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 41, verse 11. The mourning of men is about their bodies.
Now, what this is saying is, man, you know, people mourn folks, you know, just because that they're dead, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something to be mourned when a life is lost. So there's no death that doesn't cause mourning for anybody, whether you're a bad person, good person, whatever. It's like being in the Christian church, and every time somebody die, you got, you know, the worst cat in the hood sold all the dope, you know, hoard out all the sisters, you know what I'm saying, killed all the brothers, all the fathers, you know, even he get a funeral and the pastor say, you know, he going to heaven, man. But that is not true. He's not going to be up there with the Father. There is no heaven or hell within the sky or under the ground, you know what I'm saying? But they say everybody's going to heaven, but it's really just because they sad that the man is gone. Read on,
God. But an ill name of sinners shall be blotted out.
But the ill name of sinners shall be blotted out, man. If you a filthy, wicked, disgusting sinner, your name is going to be blotted out of the book of life, man. The Most High is not going to regard you as somebody who's of importance, man. You know what I'm saying? Your name is you have a bad reputation, and you're going to be blotted out. And that's just what it is, man. You don't deserve, your reputation doesn't deserve to live on. You know, it's like, you know, I'm gonna put you, like when they say I'm gonna put you on a t-shirt.
Right.
And people you get put on a t-shirt, but now when everybody regards who you were, that's only gonna last for only so long because of the good that you didn't do. You didn't do any good. You did mostly bad. So your reputation is that of a drug dealer. And when drug dealers are gone, I don't care whether it's for your children or for the community itself, it's not a good thing for a brother to die because he should have changed his life beforehand, but for you to stop and stop, living through that reputation, that's what's going to be blotted out. So it's no more drug dealer around. It's not that you're not around no more, but your reputation of being a murderer is no longer around. Your name shall be blotted out.
Right. And it's like, if I may,
Go ahead,
and most sinners, when they die, man, the only people that hold them in high regard are the people that sin with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So drug dealers are gonna mourn and hold this other sinner up to a high regard. Man, that was a real nigga right there, man. I remember when he did whoop whoop this, whoop whoop that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody at the funeral has a story about that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna hold him high. A lot of people don't see, like, his mama probably think he was a total angel in the streets. But you got other people, that dude robbed my mama. Or he the one that turned my aunt into a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So but with the Most High, your reputation is gonna go far past that grave and far past that T-shirt, because that T-shirt gonna get old once you wash it long enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the reputation with the Most High is what you need to be worried about.
Right.
You're not worried about the reputation of mere men.
Right. And that's so heavy in what you're saying, because that's what most people seek toward. Even just in this life, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people, yes, you got a demon on you, but you continue to sin because of how it makes other people feel about you. You got the sister that wants to be a whore because, people like bad bees nowadays. And she want to be a hot girl, and everybody like that. Or you got the brother who wants to be the dope dealer because, you know what I'm saying, everybody like a D-boy. Girls like D-boys. They like them trap. What the little dumb girl said on there? I like me a trap nigga with the skinny pants.
Yeah.
And you doing this for people to like you. And you not regarding your name or your reputation with the Most High. And even then, when you regarding how those people feel about you and think about you, you have to understand it's not so much as you or the reputation, it's just what you intend to represent that they think about. They think about what comes with the trapping, not so much as who you are because of it. It's the money. It's really the lust for desired things that comes with the things that people do for those ill-gotten names or reputations. But give me that second part in verse 12.
It's verse 12, the second half. For that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold.
No, I want the whole 12.
So
my bad.
Top of 12. Have regard to thy name.
Have regard for your name, man. Like here in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, man, when you get that name after your 90 days, that's you become a baby. And
Right.
Everybody's looking at that baby. And they're wanting to see what type of person is going to grow with that name. Because here, when folks hear that name and they get to seeing you interact with brothers and sisters, and they see how you are and what you do, the things that you say, you know what I'm saying, your frequency at the school, how many classes that you in, you begin to build your name. You are starting to create a reputation for yourself.
Right.
And people are watching. People are taking note. But now you're not doing things to build the reputation for the people, because who you should be looking toward for that name to be built is the Most High. And
Right.
That's where people are going to begin to respect you and regard. Not only are you going to regard your name, but folks are going to see you do things. And if it's something that's out of character for you, you'll have somebody come to you and say, hey, that wasn't like you the other day. You all right? That's not what I know of. You grum. What you did yesterday, that was like a brother who left and in the world again. I mean, you
Right.
good? You sure? Because that's not who I know. That's not the person who I watched. You know what I'm saying? Or watch grow or help grow. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be just like that. But you got to regard your name in that fashion. You have to understand that your name is your name. Your name is your reputation. It works just in that fashion. Your name is like your credit. You got good credit, you got a good name, you got good credit.
Right.
You want somebody in school to do something for you or to ask you to do something, it's because when they think of your name, it's okay. Well, sister such and such, I know I can depend on her. So call her because we need food this weekend. And I know she gonna get it done because that's sister such and such. I know I need a brother to hold Shamar today. Well, I'm gonna call Officer Rom because I know that brother, that's his name. Rom, oh yeah, he's a good brother. You go ahead and then people from outside your city, when they come here and they need things done while they here in your zone, or if you going to their zone, they give that call. Who is this brother? Oh, that brother there? Oh yeah, that's a good one. Go ahead, give him a call. He got whatever you need, no sweat. And that's your name because that's your reputation. Go ahead, Doc.
And my name is Ram. If you don't know what that means in the Hebrew, it means exalted or held high. So I have to keep a good name because my name means exalted. Mm-hmm. So when people think of me, look at me, they hold me in high regards. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that I do.
Right.
Most high in Christ that I am in truth. Now. You know what I'm saying? So like everything that I do, I have to do according to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying?
Most High in Christ.
And it's like I remember when I first got my name, man. Mm-hmm. Officer Tazadak, he pulled me to the side and he was like, man, if you don't live up to this name, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have hell to pay with me. And I'm a young man. I just I'm a trooper now, so I was like, damn, like this is one cat that I just don't want to disappoint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm making my due diligence, man, to keep my name good in this school, man, and do the work of the Lord.
That's right. But hey, look, that's regarding your name though.
Right.
That's having the regard for how people are going to view you. And then not just the people, but these ain't just regular people. These are priests and prophets. These are people that the Lord, that all the way from Commanding General Yohana, the Lord dealing with him, and these people give a report on you. Them that give a report to the Most High. Every time they give a report and your name is in it. So you would hope that you have something good within that report, because it's all going back to the Most High. You have the extraterrestrial angels that sit just about us and go up and down Jacob's ladder and give a report on you. And then you also have these men here within the school that also give a report to the hierarchy of the school. We got some more on verse 12.
Come on.
Let me get that.
For that shall continue with thee above 1,000 great treasures of gold.
And the thing is that your name is gonna surpass 1,000 treasures of gold, and it should be worth more than 1,000 treasures. Like treasures is already plural, but you have a plural or a multiplicity of a plural. So 1,000 treasures, that's 1,000 of. I got 1,000, treasures of. I got a treasure of golden lions. So I got a bunch of them, but I got 1,000 bunches. And so your name should be worth more than that, and it should exceed. You should want your name to exceed that value and exceed the expectancy for that to be around. Like, so that's manifold. And so it's saying the value of it and also the longevity of your name. I want to be known until my 100th or 1,000th generation. You know what I'm saying? When the kingdom of Yahushua gets established on this earth, I want folks to know Uriah Banyamyan Banyasha'Allah. That brother was a premier brother, a solid brother. So I do the things, according to the will of the Most High, to keep my name good and to always have that. So when people are called upon me or when I'm requested to do things, it's not a empty request. It's not one that, well, I think he can do it. It's one that I know he does it. I know who he is. I know his works. You know what I'm saying? I know just how he's going to get it done, and it's going to be done. And when it's done, he's going to give me that text and say, it's done, sir. It's done. That's just it. That's how I want to be known. I want to be known as a solid soldier for the Most High. I want to be known as a brother who intends to pass brotherhood around like we do strong drink. That means everybody get a glass. Everybody. That's just it. That's just how it goes. And you should want your name to be like that. You have some people, especially in the world, that don't have a regard to their name. So they do, things for money. They do things for, what's the word? Start with a C. For clout.
Right.
You got clout chasers. You know what I'm saying? So they want their name to be regarded because, I can get into fights. Or you know what? I can get into Instagram beef and talk all this about shooting guns and all this, but really, I'm just an internet gangster. That's nonsense and that's foolishness, man. But that's why this school right here, the name of the ISUPK, the name of this school, and everyone that is under that banner regarding your name is such a vital, point, because your name turns back into the name of the school. And if you begin to create a bad name in the earth with your name, and people know that you come from amongst us, a tree is only known by its fruit.
Right.
And we ain't got no bad apples.
Right.
It just don't happen. Because if you was a bad apple, that means you wasn't among us in the first place. You came to be what's the word? You came to try to separate yourself from us, to show that you wasn't with us, or that you wasn't like-minded like us. And if that's your intention, you'll weed yourself out, and you'll show how much you were not here. And you'll dare to speak the name of the school, because then people will ask, well, what did you do? And most often, it's a person who has a bad name that leaves. You can't hold, like, having a good name is being held to a standard, and you have to want to be held to a standard. Things are not unconditional. Having a reputation is not unconditional. It's very conditional. There's conditions to that, and we're gonna get into the conditions of keeping a good name. Give me I'm just gonna backtrack for a couple scriptures out of my last lesson. Got one more. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39 and 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 39, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High.
You got to give your you got to give your mind to the law of the Most High. This has to be your focus. If you want a good reputation in the earth, you want a good reputation in the school, you got to give your mind over to the law of the Most High. This got to be the only thing that you think about. This has to be the only thing that when you wake up, did I sin? Nah, I didn't sin. I didn't do anything. Okay, no sweat. Now I'm going to keep on moving. Read on.
And is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Meditating on it day and night. Book of Psalms chapter 1 say, you know what I'm saying, meditating that law day and night. You got to be in this. This can't be something that you just do for the 2 hours that class is going on. This got to be something that's you in your car by yourself wondering, did I lie? Did I say anything wrong? Did I do anything wrong? Did I shame myself? Did I shame my husband? Did I shame my house? Did I shame the school? Did I do anything that's against the laws of the Most High? You have to be that, you have to be that conscientious about it. You got to be that conscious about it. You have to be so, OCD about being in the law and meditating on the law that it consumes you, because then you will walk in the spirit of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But read on out.
Con. We'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient.
We seek out we in these scriptures. So you in the scriptures not just to read it, but this is the wisdom of the ancients. This is the wisdom. So you're going to read these scriptures. You're going to try to get the understanding, get the breakdowns, so that way you know that what you're doing is biblically sound. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, I mean, for lack of better terms, we walk the Bible. we talk the Bible. I mean, it goes without saying, we embody the spirit of these scriptures because this is the only thing that we think about day and night. This is all we do. Yeah, we might go to a slave, but at that slave, you can trust him to leave. We there as free men working to maintain our school and our household. But we're only there and we're intending to keep the law the entire time. There is not a fail in it. It doesn't matter like those fake Israelites, well, we in captivity, so you can't keep all the law. No, Negro, you in captivity, so you gonna keep all the law to come out of captivity. That's the only way you get out of this hellhole. But that's the only way as well that you keep you a good name. Read on. Go ahead,
the scriptures say that things that are written aforetime was for our learning.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you learn like I've learned before, like I don't have to bump my head every time to learn a lesson. I can watch somebody else bump their head and they're like, okay, I ain't supposed to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, but you know, us as men sometime in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we want to be bullheaded and go and do something and bump our head, and then we learn the consequences later. But these scriptures are for our learning, man. So all the things that are written in this book, you know what I'm saying? Like from Adam all the way to the end, it's for our learning, man. Like, so if you saw, like in the Apocrypha, when you see these 7 men get slaughtered for not eating pork,
Right.
that applies to us too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So pork is still unlawful, and that is for our learning. So we have to stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. We got to stop doing all these sins because the sins are not done away with in this Bible, man. That's all
right.
I can say.
And it's so heavy that you just brought up that you brought up those brothers, because the thing is that I don't even think the scriptures said their name. But God damn it, if we don't know their reputation.
Right.
We understood that not only did they meditate in that law, but their mother intended for them to keep the law, and she pushed that on her boys so much that when it came to die, they name lived on for 1,000 years, if not more.
Right.
For them dying for this law. But that's how you get a good reputation. You have to be willing to die for this law. And so heavy because you kind of trumped over, you know, it's all no. Go ahead and give me verse 11 out of that same chapter.
Verse 11. If he die, he shall leave a greater name.
He shall what?
He shall leave a greater name.
He shall what?
He shall leave a greater name.
If you die, you going to leave a greater name than what?
Than 1,000.
Than 1,000. So it's 1,000 other folks, but the man that keep the law, meditate on the scriptures, meditate on the law of the Most High day and night, this all he lives about. So when he die, he's going to leave a greater name than 1,000. And read on.
And if he live, he shall increase it.
And if he live, he's going to increase it. Damn. So if you die for the law, your name is going to be greater than 1,000. Most people don't even know 1,000 people, but those 1,000 people, their name means nothing because they filthy sinners, and their reputation and their name will be blotted out. But now if you die, you're going to leave a better name because people are going to know you that, oh, well, that brother ain't a drug dealer. That sister ain't a whore. That sister takes care of her husband. That brother gave his life for righteousness. He don't smoke. He doesn't molest children. He doesn't eat pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. He holds on to the things that he's taught, and he's uncompromisable. That's a better name than 1,000 people, if I've ever known 1,000 people, to just be known by that reputation. God damn me. I don't even need to know your name, who you are, what you represented. Means a hell of a lot more to me than just your name. And I'm just saying.
And not the reputation of your body, because, you know, a lot of sisters You know what I'm saying? They harp on having a thousand or 5,000 followers on they whatever social media page.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? And think that all those people like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even the men that you come across, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't care what your favorite color is.
Right.
They don't care nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? They just know when you get naked, that's what they like to see.
Is
You know
it?
what I'm saying? Even with the young brothers, man, they flashing all this money on Instagram or wherever else. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they got it like that. Ain't nobody out there liking you for they waiting to rob you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just waiting on that perfect time to see you out there by yourself, and they gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Women, I mean, and some women fall in the trap. Oh, he got a lot of money. He got a lot to do this. But you 15, 16 years old with these thousands of dollars on your arm and all in your lap. You don't have no job, so the cops are watching you.
Right.
They know what you're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your social media page is the physical evidence.
Right.
So they're gonna lock you up because they know you don't have a job on file, and you got all this money, you got all these guns that you're not supposed to have.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So when they see your name, oh, he's a robber, he's a killer, he's a thief. Automatically, they don't even know you because of the stuff that you post on these social media pages.
Good
You know
night,
what I'm saying? Sisters, like they don't know that your favorite thing to do is to write poetry, but all they know is you like they know what color thong you gonna have on that day, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
That's all I had to say. Go ahead.
Nah, man, Most High in Christ. Because what you saying, man, that's because that's how most people intend to build a name or a reputation, man, in the earth, man. So I'm gonna go into a sister, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40, and give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 40, verse 19, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, out of the Apocrypha, chapter 40, verse 19. Children and the building of a city continue a man. Salakia. Children and the building of a city continue a man's name.
So like what the scripture is describing, man, or at this point, you can have children, or there's also sometimes, you have like how the tribe of Asher, they had their own inheritance for Asher, or the Reubenites. This is in the town of Reuben, or the country of Reuben. They have these spots, so you can have that built in your name. And there's other examples within the scriptures where towns or wells or certain things were named after the men that helped to establish that place. Or you can have children. But read on, huh? I mean, to continue your name, Salakia, your name or your reputation. Go ahead.
But a blameless wife is counted above them both.
But a blameless wife is counted above them both, man. So for my sisters, man, now if you truly intend to be blameless, come be born again, man. Get that reproach up off of you, and then come serve you a husband, a strong priest and prophet, a warrior within the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. So you can have a blameless name, and you will be counted above a man's children and even a town. Because when Christ come back, he giving out crowns, and with crowns come rulership. And with rulership, you have to have you a territory of land, and there will be the country of Uriah, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? When Christ returns, and my wife, be she blameless, she'll be counted above that city and all the many children that I'm going to have. You know what I mean? But I want to talk about a sister, man. Because a lot of this, I want to get into it. That sisters, your name is very important as well. Like, don't take this as a man only type of lesson, because the name of a sister is very important. Like, your name can also be, a reason. Your reputation could be a reason as to why or why not you don't get you won't have suitors to come after you. You may not be available to court because the man over your city knows that you have a reputation of being a fire-breathing dragon, and he's not going to put one of his men in the house with you, especially one that he regards to high esteem. Or brother, if you have a bad reputation just the same, you might not get a sister that you thought that you might have been able to court because she's single, because you have a bad reputation. You might be a drunk. You might be not focused enough. You might not be ready, for a wife. So the name that you carry, just don't think about it, as one-sided. Think about your name can be regarded in all things. All things in life show your name be regarded. You know what I mean? So drop that and give me the book of Tobit. Give me the book of Tobit in the Apocrypha, chapter 3 and 14.
Come, this is the book of Tobit out of the Apocrypha, chapter 3, verse 14. Thou knowest, Lord, that I am pure from all sin with man.
See, now what the sister at this time, she's praying. Well, hold up. Yeah, she's praying at this time. And this is after the sister in Tobit had, she had, okay, so the sister had a demon on her. And every night that she would wed, she would wake up and she would have slain or strangled the man that she would lie with. So she would have these husbands, and they would wed, and this is what would happen. So at this point, she's praying to the Most High, and in verse 13 it says, "Take me out of the earth, that I may hear no more the reproach," because a couple sisters had came through, and they, how sisters are, they made a few gestures toward her that weren't so kind or weren't so nice, you know what I mean? And they put her in a bad spirit. So at this point, she's praying to the Most High, and she's saying, that she hasn't sinned. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Come, verse 15. And that I never polluted my name.
And that she never did what?
Polluted my name.
And that she never did what?
Polluted my name.
And that she never polluted her name. She never sinned, and she never polluted her name. So what she's saying is, man, I have never done anything wrong to deserve this. So she's really trying to, figure out, well, what the hell, like what's really going on with me. So she's beseeching the Lord to try to find out, you know what I'm saying, or try to get some answers, or try to, get some understanding or some clarity on what's taking place in her life right now. But she's saying that she never polluted her name. Your girl, where he outside? Okay, no sweat. They saying that he in the restroom. Okay. Salaki, I see out a few folks have said that the volume is low. Bear with me just a moment. Check. Y'all let me know if that's better. You know what I'm saying, if that just made it go a little bit better, if that's better. It may or may not be. I'm hoping that it is better. Let me see. 732. Just let me know if the sound, if it needs to go up some more. I can go ahead and turn it up some more a little bit if need be. Let's lock in the water to the sisters. But go ahead.
Come.
Start 15 over for me if you could.
Verse 15. And that I never polluted my name, nor the name of my father.
See, the thing is that she never polluted her own name, but the other name that she regarded, which this is the point about your name, especially when you are a part of a household. She knew that if she was to sin or pollute her own name, it would also attribute to her father. See, this is the thing that most people, if you don't know, then this is something that you're going to have to wrap your mind around. That your name or your reputation is meshed in. It's almost concurrent with the name of the house that you represent. So had the sister been a whore, that would give her father a bad name. Had the sister, been a homosexual, that would give her father a bad name.
Right.
Now she says she never polluted her name or her father's. How many people out there actually think like that or think about that? Not very many. It's very few. Because to them, in the world, oh, well, I'm my own woman. I can do what I want to do. The reason T.I. was in the goddamn gynecology, office with his daughter is because he wanted to make sure that his daughter wasn't a whore, because that's his daughter. She carries his name. And every man should regard the upbringing of their daughter in such a way as that. I'm not saying go into those depths, but you should be instilling in your daughter good values so that way she doesn't bring you back any shame. And that's what this daughter had on her mind as she prayed to the Most High. Read on, Art.
God, in the land of my captivity.
And it didn't matter that she was in captivity. You fake Israelites, y'all always want to, give up being in captivity as the scapegoat for your wickedness, for your sin. But you being in captivity is not a reason for you to do things that disregard the law. And I don't care what part of the law you want to talk about. I don't care. I don't give a damn what side. Even those ones that talk about, oh, well, if we still under the law of tithing, there was corn back then. Nigga, where your corn at? You in captivity. This sister said she couldn't pollute her name or the name of her father because she in captivity. Nigga, where your corn at? Where your tithes at?
And Salaki, if I may, and it's saying in my captivity, means she may have been in a different city than her father, which means she's displaying integrity.
Right.
So she's upholding the teachings of her father when he's not even looking at her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't have to have him standing over him to do good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like how some people they only do good and they only righteous when they know people looking at them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you only good at church when in the Christian church when your mama sit in the choir stand looking at you like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's when Sister Johnson's son is so well mannered and so polite and doing this.
The day before, Sister Johnson's son was shooting 45s down the block.
Right. But when you go to that lock-in, that's when Sister Johnson's son get to shine.
Yeah.
Because she not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he trying to hook, hide out in the corner somewhere with somebody else's daughter or something like that.
And that's how it goes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why
well, she's displaying integrity, man. Like she's upholding the laws that her father taught her, even in another land or another house, wherever she was. You know what I'm saying? Her father is not looking over her to make sure she's doing right. She's doing right on her own. That's all I have to say.
The water. I'm gonna just give you the backdrop. They in the same city. She lived with her father, but you can get up on it any other time though. But what you're saying it's heavy because shouldn't take anybody to stand over you. for you to want to keep your name in good standing. It shouldn't take, like, I remember something so heavy, man, that and I'll never forget it, because it was so real, but it was so surreal when General Muhammad, brought this out. He said, I don't know about any other leaders, but I know that Commanding General Yohana is the same whether you in front of him or he at home by himself. And I say, damn. His name, he has to be that awesome of a brother to know personally that even when he's not in the public eye, he ain't smoking weed.
Right.
Like, you can just call him up. Like, I mean, I can't call him up, but, General Muhammad probably call him up. And there ain't gonna never be a time you hear him on the phone. He ain't gonna never do, it ain't gonna never be, Salakia, ain't gonna never be that. It ain't gonna never be, the Israelite leaders' head got caught with a team of whores. It ain't gonna never happen because of his name and how he regarded it. And he would never pollute his name nor the name of this school that he held on to. Because, give me the...
You want to finish it?
Yep. Yeah, let's finish that. Because then I want to go into the brother, goddamn, Eleazar, man. Because that's another brother who regarded his reputation in front of not just men, but he regarded his reputation so far, it was like, go ahead, give me the rest of this, and then I'll pull him out. I'll pull Eleazar.
I am the only daughter of my father.
Uh-huh.
Neither hath he any child to be his heir,
Mm-hmm.
neither any near kinsman, nor any son of his alive,
Mm-hmm.
to whom I may keep myself for a wife.
So she wanted to keep herself clean, not pollute herself. And she's beseeching the Most High for mercy because of her affliction of what she's going through. Because the sister had a demon, man. Sister had a bad demon. And she's beseeching the Most High to give her some rest from this demon, because she only wants to be wed. And at the time of her attempting to be wed, each time she wakes up and her husbandman is every time, 7 times. 7 times this happens, 7 times they die. Scripture's going to explain it, but this is what she's saying. My father doesn't have anybody. So he doesn't have anybody to carry on his name. He doesn't have a son-in-law. So for right now, I'm keeping myself good, so that way this can happen. Read on.
Con.
Nor any son alive.
My seven husbands are already dead.
Uh-huh.
And why should I live?
So at this point, she asking, well, why should I live? They died. Why should I live? But she's just displaying her reputation. Read on.
But if it please not thee that I should die, command some regard to be had of me,
Mm-hmm.
and pity taken care of me, that I hear no more reproach.
She just wants a little bit of mercy. That way she hears no reproach. So she's displaying in front of the Most High her reputation, who she is. I've never besmirched my name nor the name of my father. He doesn't have any kinsmen. He doesn't have any sons. He doesn't have anybody. So this reproach that I'm getting, she taking it up not only for herself, but also for her father. Yo, come grab that the plug for the laptop and plug it up. Hurry up before it cuts off. It should be under there. You know what I'm saying? So she's beseeching the Most High to spare her reputation, to spare her the reproach because of the husbands that she witnessed, be dead after the marriage. You know what I mean? So this is what she's asking, man. So that's that. But give me let me go into the book of Maccabees, man. I gotta go pull the brother Eleazar, man, because I'm gonna have to search his name, because Salakia, give me just a second, man, because I need that. I'm gonna grab, up until I find it, I can just give a preface to it as of right now, you know what I mean? So the brother Eleazar, man, he was an older man at this time. And him being a gentleman at this time, he was a man of renown. He was somebody who people knew. So they came to come get him, man. And they asked him to eat the flesh of pork. And the brother, he was so grounded in the law, and they have him tied up. He says that he would rather die than eat the flesh of pork, because if he ate the flesh of pork, he wondered what the young men around him. Hold on, I got it. I know where it said. I got it. I know I got it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. 2nd Maccabees, chapter 2 and 17.
The book of 2nd Maccabees, out of the Apocrypha, chapter 2.
No. 6 and 18.
2nd Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 18.
Yeah.
Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh.
They got this man tied up. He's an old brother. He's an older brother at this time, man. They got him tied up. And then read verse 19.
But he, choosing rather to die gloriously.
He would rather die gloriously. That glory that he's dying in is keeping the law, not giving a damn about how anybody feels. Because I'm not going to eat that pork. I'm not going to do it. He said, I'd rather die. Go ahead.
Than to live stained with such an abomination.
He didn't want his name to be stained with such an abomination. I mean, just for him to eat. That's like, you could ask somebody right now, you want to go eat a bacon sandwich? You can go outside this door right here. You want BLT? Man, shit, where it at, bruh? What's good? What's good? It doesn't bother them to break the laws of the Most High. Then come inside this door and ask somebody, do they want a BLT? Well, what? Hold up, B what? Is it beef, lettuce, and tomato? What are we talking about here? Right. What type? Beef, bacon, and tomato? Beef, bacon? What are we getting at here? Bison, lettuce, and tomato? What are we getting at? What are you talking about? Because I know you didn't just walk up in here and ask me to break the law. Because my name alone, my reputation won't allow it. But let's read on.
Con spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment. Verse 20. As it behooved him to come, that are resolute to stand out against such things, as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted.
And he didn't care. He didn't regard his own life. He only regarded the law. He didn't give a damn about, you can kill me now. If this is what it is, you want to kill me for not eating the pork? I mean, all right then. No sweat. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 21. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision.
So he was so starched in him not eating the pork, and they knew he wasn't going. They brought him his own. All right, man, I see you ain't gonna do it. We'll bring you your own, man. We will give you your own. Go ahead.
Such as was lawful for him to use,
Uh-huh.
and make as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king.
And they just played it off like, okay, well, he did. He did it, what the king asked. He did it. But go ahead.
Verse 22. That in so doing he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor.
So even when you keep the laws, man, even the scriptures say, man, when you walk in the laws, even your enemies will be at peace with you. So because he was so starch on keeping the laws, they said, you know what, because of the long-standing relationship, you know, we wicked as hell. We chilling with the king, but we mess with you. So you know what? We gonna give you this, and then we gonna chill you on like you eating pork. I know you ain't eating no pork, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, Eleazar. Don't even trip. We gonna make sure you don't die. But that was the Lord, man. That's only the Lord. Read on, huh?
Come. Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his gray head, whereunto he was come, and his most honest education from a child.
So this is stuff that he learned from a long time, that he been living in their law since he was a kid. It's like some of these babies we got now that's being born here in the truth. They gonna be just like Eleazar. They gonna be done grown up in this so much that it's gonna be so off-putting for somebody to even request them to sin. And the things that people would ask them is, never done that in my life. Why would I do it now? I'm old, I got gray hairs. This is something that I've been doing since my youth. The hell? No. Kill me first. Kill me, nigga. I'll take the bullet. I'll bite the bullet. It's done. No sweat. Read on out. So this is stuff that he learned from the thing. You good?
Verse Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
And his most education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave.
So he just told him, hey, look, man, damn all that. You ain't got to try to show no pity on me. You ain't got to do none of that. You don't have to do any of that, because this don't even feel right now. That y'all praising me like I did eat it. Hell no. You know what? Take me. Go ahead and kill me, man. Read on.
Verse 24. For it becometh not our age, said he, in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 years old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion.
I'm 90 years old. I be goddamn, do this besmirch my reputation, that even though I ain't broke the law, you gonna act like I did break the law so I don't die, and then you got these young brothers out there that know my name. I'm 90, and I've been doing this since I was yay high, to even think that when they hear the name Eleazar, I done went on to some strange religion. You got me effed up. Nope, kill me. Cause my reputation, my name, that when we read the book of Maccabees and we read Eleazar, nah, that brother ain't do that. That brother said, even though y'all made provisions for him not to die, he was so starched in the law and serving the Most High, he wouldn't even let you fake like he broke the law. You can't even fake it on my name, because my reputation with the Most High is what's at stake. And then you got these young cats that's watching me too. Nah, I'll take death. Because now when I die, my name is going to be greater than 1,000. Think about how many men we don't know about, but we know Eleazar. He died and his name was greater than 1,000. And I'm sure there's more scripture with him still in it. So he even thus succeeded with the name and made it grow. And then once he eventually died, he in the book of the 2nd Maccabees, man. That's just how important your name is, man. Your name can make or break you. Your name, your reputation can make or break your house. Though you may not be the head of the house, your name can make or break it. Your name solely, your actions. Imagine being a weed head and thinking you're going to be up in this school. Hell no. You're going to be student such and such forever. Don't let nobody catch wind of it. Or we're going to be trying to get that demon up off you. Don't think that demon going to be here to stay. Because that demon is not going to know you in that fashion. That demon is going to know you as a fighter. Period. Even if you had the spirit of a whore when you first walked in this door, it's not going to stay that long. Because the reputation that you're seeking to build is going to be grafted or managed by the law. Because that should be what's first and foremost on your mind. And we're going to drop that. I just like Eleazar out of Maccabees, man. We're going to drop that. The brother's reputation, man, it was heavy. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22 and 9.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22, out of the Apocrypha, chapter 22, verse 9. If children live honestly and have wherewithal, they shall cover the baseness of their parents.
And your reputation can also work in another fashion. So you may not be the head of the household. The house may not be called Uriah. I mean, just God forbid, but if my father came up in the truth and, I was under the house of such and such, like right now, I'm Benjamin. That's my forefather. You know what I'm saying? And, Israel, of course. But just say, father got a little wickedness to him and I somehow, was able to live on. My reputation can cover up the baseness of my parents. It can cover up their wicked deeds. Because people will then begin to know me of that house and understand that it might just be them. But that brother that they raising, that's a good brother. He's good. You know how you got those family. I don't know where everybody else from. But I'm from Gary, Indiana. So you got those families that, full of drug dealers. Everybody in the damn house got just a drug dealer. That's all they do, just gang bang and drug dealer. And they got that one brother or sister who just sit down and read books. That's all they do. You don't know them for nothing else except reading books and just sitting there. You be like, damn, you ain't like them. What's up? And then that one go on to graduate college and everybody riding for him because it's like he the only one in the family that could change the name of what they're used to doing. And that might be many of us, especially hearing the truth. Might be all of, might be damn near all of us. Just, if I could speak plainly, come from a house of just wickedness. And then just somehow you're the one that just sits there and you could, if you live honestly and you live upright, you can cover up the baseness of your parents. But read on, huh?
God.
Verse 10.
Verse 10. But children, being haughty through disdain, and what of nurture do stain the nobility of their kindred.
But, you got some children, man, that just live wickedly. They live after their own lust. You know what I'm saying? And that might have had good parents that they would stain the house of no, like, you might come from a good house, and then with you being from that good house, like, you know how they always say, you know, and this is, I hate to bring this up, but you know, it's something that we've always known in the black community, that, and I'd be unsurprised if nobody could answer this, but what is the rumor about the pastor's daughter? What you say, sis? Say it out loud. You good? She's a whore. Most High in Christ. Get that sister a hand. Get that sister a hand.
Right.
Because even through everything that she's supposedly supposed to know from her father, the teaching that she gets at home, she grows up and the Bible is just in her face from day one until the first time she blow a rod. And it's just bam. That's what she's stuck with. And she is that. And people knowing this the pastor. This the pastor's daughter. But everybody in the church knows that he got the worst children out of all of them. And and the thing is, man, that we'll know them to be a good family. We'll know them to have good upbringing, sound mama. She at home, she cook dinner every night, so the kids ain't gotta go out there and hustle and sell dope and do this, that, and the third. But they the kids that sell the most dope, that give up the most box, that sleep with everybody else's daughter, and you know who else doing it? The first lady smoking weed, right. The pastor sleeping with Brother Johnson's wife, and not only sleeping with Brother Johnson's wife, he got Brother Johnson's daughter, giving her private counsel too. So it's like, God dog. So you see where they getting it from, because they know their father is a hypocrite. But this is a house of nobility. And the things that you were supposed to learn, you didn't learn, or you ain't going to learn it, because the Christian church is the house of Satan. It is the synagogue of Satan. It is rooted in evilness. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't going to learn to do no better.
That's a lot, yeah.
Go ahead,
with the pastor's family, like his family gets a pass from it, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know they'll be quick to call out somebody else's family that's doing it. Cause they're gonna want to pray for you. They want you to sow seeds, and they might want to kick you out the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the pastor's daughter get a pass. Mm-hmm. The pastor's son get a pass. Oh well, he got it. Then we working on him. He has to fight through this and do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to continue to pray for him, and you know what I'm saying, and do this and do that. You know, my family ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like y'all. So that's how they get you right there.
Right.
That's how they get you to continue to sin, because, oh, well, shit. Pastor Salaki.
Just like me.
Pastor family ain't perfect either. So, well, hell, I can continue to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? He got this nice church, and he pray every day for me.
And that's you
know what I'm saying?
Salaki, and that's such a disgusting lie, man.
Right.
That's so filthy, man, in nature, because you'll say these things. All right, so this house right here, we don't tell the people to do anything that, one, we haven't done and will not do. I'm never going to go to a weed head and say that you can quit smoking if I can't give him practical sense, or at least show him an example of not just myself, but 10 to 3,000 million other brothers that's in the school that ain't smoking weed. Not gonna go to a sister and tell her, sis, you can stop being a whore, and I'm steady sleeping with whores. The Christian church is so backwards. And the names that and the thing is, the reputation of these churches. The reputation ain't built off what's the most righteous church to go to. The reputation of the church ain't, you know, who in there stopping the sin the most. Who in there, you know, ain't smoking weed before they come to come as I am. That ain't the reputation. The reputation of most of those churches is, and I was a young man at the time, what church got the baddest broads?
The baddest broads, the best band.
You know what I'm saying? Who got the best music? who cooked the best food at the end of it.
Right.
The reputation of these churches and the families that are within these congregations are so marred, are so stained and so filthy and so disgusting that right now it's a blessing for them to have a break from their hypocrisy, to not be able to go into a church.
Right.
And you should come to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge to learn to put down your hypocritical ways, to throw away all your blasphemies and your hypocrisy, and to come learn the truth, if that's what you're really after. But again, that's not what their reputation is bound in. A lot of those people seek gain for godliness. So your reputation isn't based on being actual godly. Your reputation you have is built off having the best three-piece suit, having the biggest hat in the front. I remember, man, going to church when I was younger, man. My grandmother would see other sisters grab the little envelopes. And I just be wondering, like, what's up with the envelope? Like, why? And so she would see them do their thing. And then she just got paid. And she look around, she get that double look, that making sure nobody looking, but making sure they looking. And then pull out a wad of cash, about this thick if I can fold this over. And she'll flip through her bills, pull out a couple hundreds or whatever, stuff them in the envelope, sign her name nice and big and proud. And that's her reputation.
Right. For
putting in the biggest offering. That's the envelopes was for, if don't nobody know, you know what I'm saying? You get them envelopes because you finna pull out some ducats, and you don't want nobody to get greedy when the tray come around. Because if I had seen 100 come, it's a lock, I wouldn't have done it. But you know what I'm saying? I never seen 100 sitting in a tray before. They never seen one, but they be in there because it be inside the envelope. That's how they do it, man. That's how they hide it in there.
Pastor don't want you to know how much he taking in anyway.
Right? You know what I mean? And Pastor got a reputation for having a nice car and making sure that it run. Right. These are just a few of the reputations that you have within the church. But just to give you another an example on those children, because we're not exempt from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've had this same thing happen in Israel. Give me the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 1. You know what I'm saying? Because even brothers who started off with their house having a good name. I mean, Samuel was his upbringing was so righteous, and it was so one west. Like, his mother, when she had him, she let it be known that, Lord, if you let my son, if I have my child, I'm gonna give him to you, Lord. So even from Samuel's youth, the Lord had been dealing with him and speaking with him, and he told, man, Lord, I'm a child. Like, Lord say, it don't matter. I kill, I make alive, I raise up, and I'm raising you up. God dog it, you gonna do this work. And Samuel did that work for a long time until he was old, man. Till he was well within his years. You got that for me out?
Come on, this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when Samuel was old, that he made his sons judges over Israel.
So when Samuel got old, he put his sons in charge over Israel. These little cats, I done raised them. They've been raised in the truth. They know the law. They know how to reprimand. They know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They know everything I know because I done instilled it in them for all of my life. So I think it's time for them to go out and be in charge, because these people need somebody to watch over them. Read on.
Verse 2. Now the name of his firstborn was Joel,
mm-hmm.
and the name of his second, Abiah.
Mm-hmm.
They were judges of Beersheba.
Uh-huh.
Verse 3. And his sons walked not in his ways.
And his sons did everything he did.
Walked not in his ways.
His sons kept the law.
Walked not in his ways.
His sons just observed the Most High all the time.
Walked not in his ways.
His sons walked not in his ways, man. They did nothing that Samuel. They were nothing alike their father. The reputation that their father worked so hard to build, and the sons were nothing like him. But what did they do?
But turned aside after lucre.
And if you don't know what lucre is, that's money. Their sons, his sons, turned after money, turned after gain. This is damn near where we get the misnomer that gain is godliness, because the people who we seek to lead us are the very people that rob us.
Right.
So we think that them having money is due to the Most High, but no, this is robbing God. This is what they're doing. When you rob God's people, that's when you begin to rob God. So the pastor, or these Christian pastors that we know today, they are the embodiment of robbing God, because they have people come to them trying to seek righteousness, but in that self same day, you steal from those people and give them lies. You make them atone for their sins and do nothing for their sin. You do nothing to help out their righteousness. And this is what the sons of Samuel did at the same time as well. Read on.
Con. And took bribes and perverted judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together,
Mm-hmm.
and came to Samuel unto Ramah.
So everybody came to Samuel. They wanted to speak with him regarding his children. Salakia, give me just a moment. Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. Come.
Yeah, but like he was saying,
Come. Officer Yeshua, he asked me
the elders were getting together to come to Samuel, to pretty much to see, like, you pretty much left your sons in charge, but they not doing how you used to do. You know what I'm saying? They are instead of going straight, they going left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They are not following what we used to when you was running everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And these are your sons, so we expecting for them to follow suit after you, but they done freestyle and went their own way. That's what they're saying.
Right.
But that's what they're about to come together to do.
Right. And then go ahead and what he's saying, man, is that's exactly it. They coming to Samuel to tell him, hey, bro, like, man, these your boys. You sure you raised them right?
Right.
Are you sure? Because what they're doing, it ain't like what we know.
Right.
Like we was used to giving our offerings, and we ain't have to add no extra. Now they want some increase now. That ain't like you. What's up with your boys? You know what I'm saying? But give me verse 5, because it's such a and this is the thing, you know what I'm saying? And this is black folks right here, right? So when we see that we're getting mistreated by one person in one way, then we want things like what we see other people have, or what we feel is most oftentimes it is mistreatment. But at this point, it was just those individuals at that time, because at one point there was an entire book of Judges. So it's so wicked in what they did and how they made the people feel. So go ahead, give me verse 5.
Verse 5. And said unto him, Behold, thou art old,
Mm-hmm.
and thy sons walk not in thy ways.
So you old, Samuel, come on, man, you old, you getting up there in age, man, and then them boys, you know Joel and them. Joel asked me the other day for a whole calf, and I figured he needed it. You know what I'm saying? Abaya, that brother, he wanted gold. That time I came
right.
with a pigeon offering. He said he needed gold for this. Your boys ain't acting like you. They not doing it like you, man. I don't know what's up. I thought I was paying atonement for my sins. I still feel pretty bad. Did he pray right? I don't even know if he prayed right. He ain't put the oil on me. You know, I'm just exaggerating the story, but they wasn't doing what Samuel was doing, man. They weren't holding on to the teaching of the ancients, man. They wasn't leading in, you know, to the things that were taught to Samuel, that Samuel passed down to them, and it had those men turn to displeasure because of the priesthood or the judges that they had over them, and they asked for, well, go ahead and read that.
Come. Now, make us a king to judge us like all the nations.
Now, because they had a multitude of wicked niggas over them, it was hey, look, fam, we don't want all your sons. You got all of them over us. Damn that. Give us one nigga to judge us. Just make it one nigga. We ain't gonna deal with your boys no more. Tell them go on somewhere, and we'll deal with one nigga. And this had Samuel hot. But that's how children can affect the name of a household. You get taught something from your father, especially as a righteous man as Samuel, to be the prophet of the Most High, and you're his children, and y'all niggas go left. Good night. Nobody wants to listen to the house of Samuel no more, because one generation squandered it all. All of the nobility of the house, you niggas go left, and now they want a king over Israel, man. But I got some brothers, man, that sons followed in their law and followed in the things that they were taught. Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 44 and 1. Give me that. Because we're going to get into, you know, good families or good men, goodly men that, you know, that fathers that begat good men after them, and they, you know, held on to those laws and those teachings. So go ahead, give me that out.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 44, verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us.
So we gonna praise great men, you know what I'm saying, famous men that did extraordinary things, man, and our forefathers that begat us, because the houses of these men still stand, or stand in good stature to this day. Go ahead, Art.
Come. The Lord, verse 2, the Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning.
So the Lord got great glory through his own power, you know what I'm saying, from the beginning. The Lord put them or established them from the beginning, man. Like, you know, with Abraham, the Lord was with Abraham when he went and fought those 5 kings. The Lord was with Abraham when he went and saved Lot. The Lord was with Isaac when he traveled through the land of Canaan, when those filthy Hamites was going to try to take his wife. The Lord was with Jacob, and when he went, you know, on the run from his brother, when his brother was out to seek his life. The Lord had been with Israel for so long, but the Lord had been with a certain bloodline of men from the beginning, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 3, such as did bear rule in their kingdoms.
Can't read on.
Men renowned for their power.
Like David. David was renowned with his power, man. David was a killer. They say David was after the Lord's own heart, man. But even him being after the Lord's own heart, David, his hands were so bloody, the Lord didn't want him to build a temple for him. He had Solomon to build a temple for him. Right. But David was powerful, man. David was powerful before even sitting on the throne. Saul told David to go kill what it was, 10,000, and he came back with 20,000 foreskins. Went down and asked him to go get 10,000 foreskins of the Philistines. David, bad boy as he was, went and got double. Went and killed double. They say Saul killed, you know, thousands of thousands, but David, they sang a song, Saul killed thousands of thousands, but David killed 10,000s of thousands. Because David was bad. He was a powerful king, but it was through the Lord's own might. to give him that power, man, because that's where if you lean after the Lord and you do everything after the Lord, you position yourself after the law, statutes, and commandments in the heart of the Most High, the Lord will seat you in great power, man. Read on.
Con. And Slakia. Giving counsel by their understanding.
That's Solomon giving counsel. He was a well-versed man, well understood man. You know what I'm saying? Say Solomon prayed to the Most High and asked for wisdom and knowledge, and the Lord bestowed upon him everything after that, man. The Lord made him one of the wealthiest kings to ever walk the face of the earth just through his understanding, his wisdom, and his knowledge. Read on.
Con. And declaring prophecies.
We got bad prophets in these scriptures, man. Strong men in these scriptures, man. That's all the Lord would raise up, with strong men. Now drop down and give me verse 7.
Come on, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
All these were honored in their generations, and were the glory of their times.
All of these men, from the prophets on down to the kings, man, they were glorious in their times, man. They were like Elijah. You know, shout out to Officer Tazadok, man, brought out Elijah, man. Elijah was a bad boy, you know what I'm saying? He went out and made fun of the prophets of Baal, and then, you know what? Had them dump all the water around just for the Most High to make a spectacle of them, and then went and slew 450 prophets of Baal in the Lord's name, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of men that the Lord raises up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he makes them glorious. Like, you know, you have people that you'll have police officers come to us and speak to us in kind words because they know who we are. They understand that we are the men of the Lord. We are the prophets back into the earth. Just like when the brothers came to come see Elijah, we had a police officer that made us move our cars some months ago, and go figure, he catches corona. You know what I'm saying? The one right after that, he goes and catches the virus. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens that you happen to run up on men of the Lord, and you didn't think that you were gonna get judged for that. You just didn't have the inkling. You didn't have the thought that this was gonna occur. But it did, and it does happen, just like with Elijah, when those captains of 50 and their 50s came to tell him to come down from off that mount or come off that hill. And he said, if I be a man of God, then let fire rain down from heaven. And boom, that's exactly what happened. And the reputation that Elijah had, it went so far until the third 50 came that, hey, look, hey, I am your servant. I beseech you to come down and just come have a powwow with the king. And he went and had that power with the king, but just like he said he wasn't going to come off that bed, that king didn't come off that bed, and he died, man. Because that's the glory. And the glory that we live in is the glory that we give right back to the Most High, because we know that we're nothing, man. Right. We're just vessels of service. That's it. To make his word be true, and that's it. That's it. So our reputations, in turn, fall right in a line with the reputation of the Most High. And if you don't, and if that's not the life for you, if that's not the walk that you want, then please walk away from this house, because we seek to only live by the reputation of the Most High and to exalt his reputation through us. That's just what the cause is, man. That's just what we doing. Read on.
Come, verse 8. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported.
There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported. What do you think the scriptures are? This is the reputation of the men before us, left behind, that their praises reported. Now take that word name out and switch that with reputation.
Come. There be of them that left a reputation behind them, that their praises might be reported.
They left a reputation behind them, man, like Job. Job was a just and upright man. And that had to be reported. So
Right.
that way we don't walk through life not knowing that somebody was perfect before Christ. That being just and upright meant keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That's what that is, man. The record of Yahushua Mashiach, that he was a revolutionary. He wasn't no soft cat. He was out there calling people dogs and devils and perverse and all types of things that sound like fighting words to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, God, dog, if it was in Hebrew sounds so brutish. Him saying that, I mean, dog. But he wasn't something to be played with. He wasn't no joke. His reputation it preceded him. The reputation of Christ went far. And they understood who he was everywhere he went. They knew this man got power. But the power that he has, what people don't understand now, is that it comes from the Most High. And he led in the reputation of the Most High. Because him being a representative of the Most High, he should walk as such and did. He didn't go around loving everybody. Because that's not Christ's reputation. The scriptures say, man, teach on me as the scriptures say. The Christian church besmirches the reputation of Christ. Takes his reputation and throws it all to nothing. And then casts it unto a devil. Then you give his reputation to a devil named Caesar Borgia. And got our brothers and sisters thinking that our reputation is being the children of the Most High, even though we live under the curses. We live just like them. We are a walking representation of the scriptures and have not the thought to change our reputation or to start to live on the reputation of the Most High. You know what I mean? Read on, Art.
Verse 9. And some there be, which have no memorial, who are perished, as though they have never been, and there are become as though that had never been born, and their children after them.
And there's some people, it's like you never existed. There's some folks that you can live a whole entire life, and when you not leaning on the Most High, it's like you never was here. You're a drug dealer, you'll die, and it'll be like you never existed. It'll be like you meant nothing to the earth. You were just for a season. Seasons come and seasons go, and we don't remember too much what happened last winter because we more worried about what's coming up this winter. And it's just how people are. You'll come and you'll go. Read on that.
God. Verse 10. But these were merciful men, whose righteousness has not been forgotten.
But some of these are righteous men. You know what I'm saying? Some of these are merciful men whose righteousness haven't been forgotten. We don't forget Samuel. We don't forget Isaiah. We don't forget Ezekiel. We don't forget Job. We don't forget Seth. You know what I'm saying? Who when he came into the earth, men began to call on the name of the Lord again. We don't forget that, even though some people don't read the story like that. But he ain't forgotten because he's still in the scriptures. And all you got to do is you come here to this school, man, and we'll give you a name that won't be forgotten. We'll give you the Commander General Yohana has a school, man, that you can begin to craft a name for yourself through righteousness, man, that will live on for generations and generations and generations and generations. And people will know the testimony of Tazadak. People will know, the story of Officer Aran because of his righteousness, because of how zealous he was. People will know Officer Malachwaf for his vicious breakdowns and cuts to Christians. People will know those. People will know Captain Tazariak, you know what I'm saying, for dismantling the conscious community. People will know. People will, those names, people will know Commanding General Yohana for maintaining this school, for maintaining this truth, for maintaining this body. People will know. People will know General Mayak. People will know General Q. People will know General Katham Gabar. People will know these men for their zealousness, for their discipline, for their courage. People will know these men and revere these men because of not only just their mercy, but for their righteousness, man. Read on, all right?
Verse 11. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance, and their children are within the covenant.
And with their seed, like, and this is the thing, spiritually, we are the seed of those men, spiritually. Because everything that they are, everything that they have become, everything that they're continuing to be, they're growing through us. Commanding General Yohana is growing even more now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still growing. And with his seed, he's going to continue, you know what I'm saying? He's going to continue in the earth because we'll never let the memory of Commanding General Yohana die. And for what he did here, you know what I'm saying, in this truth, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to continue within the covenant of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Read on out.
Come, verse 11. With their seed shall, Salakia. Verse 12. Their seed standeth fast, and their children for their sakes.
So we're going to stand fast in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And our children for our sakes. Because this and keeping this house with a good name, it's for our benefit as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. It's for our sake that we hold this house up to a good standard and we regard our name, man. That we keep our name in a good standing, that we keep the reputation of this holy place, you know what I'm saying, in sanctity, man, that we keep it above 1,000 riches, man, that the name of this school doesn't die, you know what I'm saying, under some wicked, disgusting scandal of brothers sleeping with other brothers' wives, or having a batch of weed heads in this school, or a bunch of liars and a bunch of thieves and a bunch of disgusting pedophiles. God forbid that ever. And the thing is through the discipline of the generals, it'll never happen. Through the discipline of the captains that they have set over these cities, they will keep wickedness from amongst us, man, because they want to keep this house holy. They want to keep this place with an unscarred name, because that's what's important, man. That's what's important to this place, man. Give me verse 13.
Come, their seed shall remain forever.
And the seed of this house, the seed of Jacob, the seed of Yasharallah, the school of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge shall remain forever, man. That this school ain't going nowhere. We've been here since 1969. It's 2020, and we're going to be around for 3069. We gonna be here for 1,000 generations, and there is no end to the increase of this house. I pray you understand, man. I hope that this is something that's setting through, man. Because if you are not intending to keep your name with a good reputation, man, this is not the place for you. You will be chastised. You will be corrected. And hopefully you understand that the correction is for you. The correction isn't coming down for somebody else's sake. They want you to have a good name and for you to keep that good name, man. That's what this is all for, man. Give me, let me see. I might got one more. What's good, huh?
Fix the camera, cat key.
The cat bumping into it. It then got crooked a little bit. Give me the rest of that, man.
And their glory shall not be blotted out.
And the glory, like the glory of Jacob, the glory of Israel, the glory of Abraham and Isaac, man, will never be blotted out, man. It'll never be blotted out. Give me 14.
14.
Mm-hmm.
Their bodies are buried in peace.
Their bodies are buried in peace. Those men are thousands and thousands of years old. Bones buried off in caves that nobody can locate, that nobody knows where they are. They set in peace. They gone. You know what I'm saying? Like the flesh of them is gone, man. Like nobody thinks about the body anymore, man, because the body of the man, it's not important, man. Like your body doesn't mean as much, man. But your name, man, your reputation, man, that's where all of it really matters, man. What you do with your body accumulates to your reputation, man. If you are living righteously, man, you can have a good reputation. But if you're using your body for wickedness, man, if you're using your body for your own lust and your own pleasures, man, your reputation can be scarred, man. You can lose everything. You can lose your reputation in a day, in one action. That takes one action is moments. It can take just a moment to just tarnish a reputation, man, and it'll take a lifetime to build it back, man. Read on.
But their reputation liveth forevermore.
Their reputation, man, their name liveth forevermore, man. Their reputation lives forever, man. Read on. We just gonna run these down because I love
15.
these. Mm-hmm.
The people will tell of their wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
and the congregation will show forth their praise.
Right.
Verse 16. Enoch pleased the Lord,
Mm-hmm.
and was translated.
Enoch pleased the Lord so much that the Lord came, took Enoch, never brought him back. That's how highly regarded the Most High felt about the reputation of Enoch. Brother, you so righteous. You so good. You know what? He came, took him up, never heard from Enoch again. So that book of Enoch is garbage. Anybody come to bring you a book of Enoch, they bring you something that was written in the 80s.
Right.
It was written by a man that says this may be how, Enoch saw everything when he was taken up. But Enoch never came back. The Lord came, translated him, and he was no more. But it was because he was so righteous of a brother. Read on.
Being an example of repentance to all generations.
So whatever he was doing, he changed from it. The Lord loved him for it, took him. Read on.
Verse 17. Noah was found perfect.
Noah was found sometimey.
Perfect.
Noah was found, he smoked a little weed.
Perfect.
Noah was perfect, man. He was perfect. Don't ever let nobody tell you that Christ was the only perfect man in the scriptures. Because the scripture said Noah was what?
Perfect.
He was flawed.
Perfect.
He had little problems, you know what I'm saying? Nothing he couldn't grow past.
Perfect.
He was perfect, man. Noah was perfect, man. Read on.
And righteous.
And righteous.
In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world.
Uh-huh.
Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth.
Mm-hmm.
When the flood came.
Noah was so awesome. The reputation that he had, not only with the Most High, but his dealings amongst the men made him to be the platform. Huh? No, Tawada. Made him to be the platform to what the earth would be replenished with because he was so righteous. Read on, huh?
Verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
An everlasting covenant was made with him,
Mm-hmm.
that all flesh should perish no more by the flood.
The Lord loved Noah so much. He had so much regard for Noah that you know what? This thing that I did was so heavy that I'm not going to do that no more. that flesh ain't gonna die by the flood no more because I mess with you. Because of your rep, these finna be your kids here. I didn't kill you the first time with the flood, so you know what? You my boy, Noah. I ain't gonna kill your family. You know what I'm saying? I'm make a covenant with you because the only flesh that's left is of you. So you know what? No more flood, no sweat. I got you, man. You my guy. Read on.
Con, verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people.
Abraham was the father of many nations. And many nations he did give seed to, but only one nation was his seed called in, which is Isaac. But he was the father of many nations. Father Abraham, like we all used to sing the song in church, Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. Abraham had a lot of sons, had a lot of nations. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Art.
In glory was there none like unto him.
In glory there was none found like unto Abraham. Abraham was glorious. Abraham loved the Lord. He loved the Lord so much, he took Isaac to the top of a mountain and was about to kill his only son. And well, he wasn't his only son at that time, but he was the one that the Lord called his seed unto, that he was going to pass his covenant to. And he was finna go kill him. Read on.
Con, verse 20. Who kept the law of the Most High.
He kept the law as well of the Most High. This is how you build that name for yourself. You have to be zealot. You got to be a zealot for the law. You have to love the law and love the Lord and fear the Most High and understand that word, as Captain Tazariak say, is bond. So whatever the Lord tell you to do, you do it. Whatever orders you get, you keep them. Con out of one con. Sir, yes, sir. No sweat. Get it done and let him know. Let whoever give you the order know it's done. When it comes to the laws of the Most High, you do them without fail. Read on.
Con. He established the covenant in his flesh. And when he was proved, he was found faithful.
And when he proved him that day, when it came to Isaac, or the request of the Most High, he showed the Most High. No sweat. And he stopped him in mid-stroke. You sure? Because he right here. All right. I found favor in you. Found favor in Abraham. He was finna take his life. He's going to do it for the Most High. But that's how much fear you got to have in the Most High, man. That either you gonna do what he say, or he might take something else from you. So you know you want the boy, I'll take the boy. Take him. Is he yours? Read on, Art.
Come, verse 21. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth.
Think about what type of reputation you got to have with the Most High for him to not only make a covenant with you, but to say, I'm going to take your seed and we going to multiply this as the sands, as the dust. Not even the sand. Dust is like, you know, what of sand. It's that stuff that's on a Christian's Bible in their house, sitting on the mantle. That's what that is. That stuff they go to get the dust off the Bible before they, you know, flip it open to a page they ain't even finna read and close it back up and let it collect dust again. That's what that is. He said he gonna multiply Abraham's seed as the dust of the earth. What type of reputation, what type of name would you have to have for the Most High to regard you as that great, to want more of your seed on the earth? What type of man would you have to be? Damn the children, because the children wasn't there yet. We didn't exist yet. But him being so righteous that the Most High said, you know what? I like your kind. More of you. I likes that. I like that. I like the zeal you got. We can continue with this. I mean, Moses was so Moses was so, zealous for the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And the people around him so wicked, the Lord said, I'll kill them all. We can have a whole nation of Moseses. What's up? What you want in? Moses loved his brothers that much more. Say, nah, give him a chance, you know what I'm saying? But we'll talk about Moses another day because his brotherhood is amazing. But read on that.
And exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea.
And the seed of Abraham was set to inherit from sea to sea. That means the earth. So you go from one sea to the next sea. That's each piece of land. Each piece of land ends and begins at a body of water. And the seed that was supposed to grab or have rulership or dominion from sea to sea is Isaac. That's the seed that he's talking about here. But read on, huh?
Con. And from the river unto the utmost part of the land. Verse 22. With Isaac did he establish likewise, for Abraham his father's sake, the blessing of all men and the covenant.
So the thing is that the same way he felt about Abraham, he said, I mess with Abraham so much, I like Isaac. And if Isaac was so true, you know what? Cool. We can keep the same deal going. Because you just like your pops. You just like him. You the same. You keep in my law. You do the things I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep the same thing rocking. Because your reputation with me, your credit with me, your name with me, you 100. I'm messing with you, bro. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
So when he had Jacob, you know what? We gonna keep this thing rocking. Because Esau so profane, he gonna give up the covenant for some red meat, you disgusting bastard. You know what? Jacob, here you go. It's yours, man. And go ahead.
He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him inheritance, and divided his portions. Among the 12 tribes did he part them.
So now, what we're living under, man, is the reputation of our father, Yashra Allah, Jacob, who lived under the reputation of his father, Isaac, and all the way back to Noah. The reputation that you have about you precedes you. Very great, greatly so. That you live under the name of a man whom the Most High regarded enough to give him a heritage, to multiply his seed, and to make and for you to be here. So understand that your name that you live by, yes, it does attribute to your own reputation, but it also attributes to the reputation of the men that preceded you, and that you should carry it likewise, because those men walked under the reputation of the Most High. The Most High regarded Jacob so much that he gave him, or he rested his name upon Jacob and gave him the name Israel, or Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power. His name rests upon Israel. So don't take light of the things that you do. Don't take light of this work. Because the work that we do here, we all represent one another. So brothers, if you go sleep with whores, you make it look like I sleep with whores. You make it look like Commanding General Yohana sleep with whores. Daughters, sisters, if you are a whore, you make it look as though we raise whores here in this house. Because your reputation, especially if you count yourself amongst the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, your reputation models the reputation of the school, and you should carry it as such. Don't take it as a light thing to be called a student or in the truth, or a member of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, because this is a big thing. This is a heavy weight being bestowed upon you, and wear it as such. You got anything on that, Art?
You got it, sir.
And with that, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General Yohana, man. School's been established since 1969. I'm going to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Rom, the announcements. You good, huh?
We are the Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in Hebrew, Mayasharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the memorial of the blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, which is Thursday, September 17, 2020, out of the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And these are the security announcements.
Gonna give courteous salutes to the brothers and sisters, men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabrakatah. Yazmatat. Sar. Turn and face the sisters. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. I imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shemar Tabashah. Yazmatat. Dismiss.
Please hold our talking till we clear online.